with silage wrapped up, it's time for tillage to really get going. Our main tillage tool for our fall tillage, disc ripper. Freaking love these things. We got this one, and then last year we bought a 730. So this is a 530, 5 shank, 12 foot wide. We bought a 730, so it's a 7 shank. It is 17 foot wide. And some people might be wondering why such small tillage equipment. Find myself wondering the same thing a lot of the times too, because I mean, we have a 360 horsepower tractor. One problem we run into though with silage, you get crazy hard compaction. I mean, trucks weighing in the 90,000 ton range. That's a lot of weight. There's times where it's everything this tractor has to pull that at the, I think we have it about 15 to 18 inches deep. And then I'll show you guys when I get out and walk around it some. We've got really big tips on it that have these big wings sticking out to really get that tearing effect to break up that compaction. So with that, we got one field already manured, or one of the fields that's already manured here. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so one thing we get real particular about here is sprinkler tracks, especially with deep tillage. If I was to rip through that, our tracks would become much bigger of a problem because they'd start getting deeper and we'd start having to deal with stuck sprinklers, and it really sucks to get a text message at 2 in the morning that such and such sprinkler just got stuck. So I'm gonna say, gosh, probably 7, 8 years ago, we started ripping everything in a circle. Well, on the sprinklers. Flood ground obviously is completely different. But this has been huge, honestly, for solving the problem of stuck sprinklers. So we rip everything in a circle. Whenever we rip the ends, our end passes, you just lift up and over every single sprinkler track, and it's amazing how much better this has been working for us. But I mean, as you can see here, I mean, doing 5 miles an hour, and that power band says we're working this thing hard. And this was actually a dry harvest this year. We didn't have that much compaction from wetter ground, so that's why our tillage equipment is this size, because for our tractor size you can't get much bigger. So something else that's a little different about this year's tillage is how late we're getting started on this. Normally, whenever we start chopping there in August, we're calling Jill, getting that manure truck over here, spreading as fast as we can. We'll have tillage going right behind. We'll do the deep rip, probably run soil finisher across it and plant the wheat. That way we can get the wheat irrigated, get it going, get everything moving. Well, because we planted so few acres of corn this year, we had a lot of open ground that we put in the prevent plant program and just left those acres alone, didn't farm them this year. Well, we were worried about them blowing, so we actually planted a lot of our open ground clear back the first week of September when we had our last run of water. Yeah, it's been 6 weeks since we've had a run of water. But because we've already got 600 acres of wheat planted, of course the ARC would kick in now. Because we already have 600 acres of wheat planted, we're really not interested in planting more, because we're not sure we're going to get any more water. If we do get water, we'll probably put it on the wheat we already have, where it's not dead. A lot of it's on the verge of dead. Some of it is dead just because it's been 6 dry weeks. So with all those conditions, that's why we're not in the big rush we normally are for tillage. There's not a whole lot of manure spread yet. Maddie's already got 2 quarter circles finished up. This is number 3. There's another one that's done, and then she's working. So yeah, we're 3 good days of ripping behind, because although Jill has a semi-trailer that she hauls the manure with to spread, she can only get so much done in a day having to haul it 10 miles, because we've already went through our stockpile. So now we're getting it out of the big JBS feedlot about 10 miles away. So there's just not the rush of tillage this fall that there normally is. We'll see how things kind of go. Hopefully we can catch a little rain or something, keep this week going, and make a new plan on what to do with all this ground. Odds are it's going to sit empty until next year. So, but we want to get this manure worked in, get it starting to decompose and break down the nitrogen, so that way it's readily available next spring for the crops to uptake. Alright guys, so real quick walkthrough. Like I was saying earlier, 530B Colo Tiger, Case IH, Case bought out Colo Tiger. Long story. Anyways, so up front, you have discs. The reason I really like this setup is because you have your full set of discs here in the front. A lot of rippers will have one disc here, then your ripper shanks, and then a set of discs at the back. I don't like how it leaves the ground. I love how having the true set of discs up front works. Hopefully you guys can hear me over the wind. So, full set of discs there. Then you get back here to the ripper points. Two different sets. You got your large shanks on 30-inch spacing. As you can see, the points I was talking about, this one's about gone. So yeah, we got Nickel Ironworks, I believe, is who makes these shanks. I freaking love them. They do a lot of good work. But on 15-inch spacings, you have this smaller shank. Doesn't go in as deep, a lot smaller point. Really helps break up all the compaction in between the rows. On the back, closing discs. All these are is to smooth up from all the work in front of it. It just kind of knocks the ridges back down. And then, last but not least, the crumbler. He breaks up as much clods as he can, and whenever the pass is done, you want it to be pretty smooth. Smooth as can be. Help you guys take the rain out of it. Sorry. So that's a quick walkthrough of the entire machine for you guys. Alright, well, it's about beer 30. I'm in no hurry right now to get the tillage done, just because there's no hurry. Like I was saying, I'm gonna go check in with all the guys, see what all got done this afternoon. This seat makes me laugh. Go check in with the guys, see what they got done this afternoon, figure out a plan for tomorrow, and then figure out a plan on getting that grain auger down before the winds hit tonight. So, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe. Talk to you guys next time.